Hello and welcome on YouTube. We're waiting for Instagram to go live. And as always, have to wait. Oh, here we go. Okay. Now, there we go. Hey, we're fully connected now this time. Yay. So I can see the messages coming in on both sides. So thank you for your patience. And now my little message. All these steps to go through just to come in and do a little meditation with you guys, but that's okay. We have a lot of fun here. Um, so let's see where today takes us. We've been having quite an adventure lately with all sorts of things popping up just for the fun of it. And so hope everybody's doing well. And Tanya, yay, with 2 kids. Okay, good. Bring in the kids. Absolutely. Do them good too. And I have to just keep switching back and forth. So just to check, make sure that I catch the comments on, hey, hello, Cindy. The usual gang, which is always fun to see the usual. And it's fun to have new folks, whatever they bring us. Anyways, yeah, last week was really, really interesting. Part of what was going on is that my sense is there's stuff in the ethers, general stuff that was happening for people, but also I was piercing through layers. So I was actually in the process of going through that last week. So that was part of what was happening. And it's good practice all around because we will face these, whether it's on the etheric level, on the energetic level, or in physical life. We just get distracted, by stuff or stuff. People will try to pull our attention, and well-meaning. Sometimes it's people who are. Glenna, good to see you. I'm on both sides. I have to switch back and forth. So really nice to see you. You were popping up in my mind a couple days ago. Hope you're doing well. So I have to go back and forth because of the way it's set up now with the streaming platform. But I'm going through both channels through that. Just that Instagram won't let us go through directly from this platform. We have to link in. So anyways, so so I was going through that and piercing through, and it's about going to higher levels. And you're to get to higher level, you're going to have to push through whatever you need to push through. It's going to show up in whatever way it does for you, and it's depends on each person what each person needs to go through and where you are in your journey. So that was a little bit about what was going on last week. And so we'll see what today brings us, right? It's always an adventure. So let's just kind of move a little bit, stretch out. And it's always nice to actually really kind of stretch that body, even if you've been moving, because tension gets held in the physical muscles and the physical tissue. You get a lot of mental stress. We kind of think it's all up here, but it gets into the body. So that will help to release that. And so do that. Take a minute to just, even if it's just your arms, stretch up, stretch to the side, stretch your feet out, wiggle your feet around, wiggle your arms, ankles, whatever, wrists. And then let yourself just settle into your seat. Whatever you're sitting on. And just being aware of your body for a moment. Get a sense of your body, your whole body in your environment. And just feel into that space that your body is taking in within the context of whatever space you're in. You know, if it's a car, or if it's a room, if it's outside. And if it's outside, like you're in a park or in the yard, you know, you can kind of take that general area and sh- gen. Um, oh, I feel like I need to say it in French. Jinxian. Hi, Jinxian. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing that right. I'm not sure how to say the T and the I. Zhentian. Zhentian, maybe? Anyways, welcome. Good to see you. And, you know, just take that kind of close, immediate environment around you, just to your body, and in that space. So take a minute to notice that. And if you feel your awareness like out at the periphery, like at the walls or at the objects or maybe at the tree, if you're outside, you know, notice that. And then notice any body part, the back of your neck, your cheeks, your elbows, whatever it is, and coming more so that pulls you back into your body more closely. Yeah. And try to pull yourself in even more, so you feel like you're pulling into inside your awareness, inside your skin level. You know, that's like the edge of your body. So focusing in on that. Yeah, Glenna, I think you've got some riffraff. We'll call it riffraff, just kind of coming up around here. So good you're here. Let's clear that up. There's some for other people too. Feels like you got some stress and some worry that's showing up. No problem. It's Albanian name. Oh, very nice. Yeah. I'll have to look how you say that. Pulling in, like you're pulling into that central line in the middle of your body, like putting your awareness there to pull you in. And you can do that with your eyes closed if you want. It's also really good to practice with your eyes open, because you want to be able to do that when you're walking around, you know, and you won't stop. I mean, you could, but I feel a little bit more awkward to stop in the middle of the street and close your eyes and then concentrate. You might run into a person or whatever. So getting used to doing that with your eyes open and feel that central line and putting that really close, that image of that center line, and really putting you close in there. Hello, everyone. Really trying to focus in. Good. You're in the perfect place. So we're here to strengthen those muscles. You know, you can't see my arms because but so that's what we're here for. Very good. So you just do your best. Just kind of keep coming back to that image. Keep coming back to that image. Humble beginnings. I think you're the one who was going off about meditation one time, weren't you? Having a hard time meditating. So here's a little trick for meditation, everybody. And just coming into your self more, connecting more deeply, anchoring into your physical being. You know, get those distractions. So it's a thought, since that's, you know, that's usually what comes up when we start to go into meditation. It's like little that. So as soon as you like, oh wait, I'm going through that thinking thing here. I'm like, why am I thinking about this stuff? Notice that, and then notice a physical part of your body. Yeah. Good. Well, good. I'm glad you're here. So she just said, especially when I feel so much anxiety. Yeah. So Pranayama. Remind me at the end if I don't bring it up again, but because I want to just keep on here for the anxiety. So notice that, and then come into your body. And if you need to, if you're really very distracted, give yourself an extra support for connecting in. Go in here, hold yourself. That's fine. It's about, because sometimes it's like we're so pulled out of ourselves. We're so, you could say the word control, by something else that's pulling us out, and we having such a hard time coming back to ourselves. That's why people start doing things like scratching themselves or cutting themselves. It's to get back in connection with that body and being here, and not drifting off into God knows where, right? So, just kind of like wake up, and then feel yourself, and it's like, come in here, come here. So you use that in your that's actually really good meditation technique. You hear a sound, it's like, come back to yourself. You feel something, whatever, hear noise, you hear somebody, you feel the breeze, come into your body. Notice that, come into the body. You have a thought pops up, come back into your body. Another thought pops up, come back and feel your awareness on your body. Another thought comes up, come back into your body. Doesn't matter how much you do that. It really does not matter. There is no perfect meditation, complete silence, nothing coming in, flat silence. No, that doesn't exist. And part of the reason for that, no matter how clear you are, no matter how free of anxiety you are, part of the reason for that is because they're actually noticing that thoughts get created by little, chemical changes and stuff will produce thoughts in the brain. It will trigger things. It's like all of a sudden there's a chemical change, synapses go off in one direction. There goes the thought. It's physical. So it's not like utmost control over things, but in coming back into your body, then it's like saying, no, this is where we're here, right now, physical, present moment. Every time you go into a thought, you're moving somewhere else. I would tap on myself and didn't even know I was doing that. Yeah, so now you know. A lot of people don't realize that. Now you know. It's just like, come back here. It's a way to just, it gives a stimulus that distracts the mind back into itself, your awareness back into yourself. So that's okay. So let's, Carolina, hello. So let's take a nice deep breath in and hold it at the top for a little bit. And then exhale slowly, gently. Exhale all the way out. We're going to do a little differently now. So just exhale out. When you get to the bottom, see if you can exhale a little bit more, and then a little bit more, and then a little bit more, and then just stay there. Stay at the bottom of the exhale and allow the breath to just come in naturally by itself. Coming into the regular breath, coming into your heart space, your chest space, noticing that movement. Yeah. Yes, that's a nice place to come into. Glenna, you're popping up for this one. Carolina too. Everybody is, that's kind of slow. Glenna was the first one to pop up and said, oh God, yes. So coming into that chest and that heart space, allow yourself come into that breathing and just relaxing into the breath. Feeling the movement of as the lungs expand out, the chest expanding. So keep focusing on that. Again, a thought comes up, come back into that awareness of the breath. So it's helpful to focus on the breath that way because it will help your mind kind of just give it something to do. And letting ourselves just kind of go into that flow. You know, you can imagine yourself under a waterfall, top to bottom, going through, you know, whatever nature, you're in nature somewhere. Maybe taking a long hike and so it's hot and just allowing that water to like just flow. You're standing under it just to cool off and letting it flow through. Ah. And everything just washing away. Whether it's your anxiety, whether it's just run around in your mind. Any kind of worry or stress. Any feeling unsure of yourself that's causing you to like try to grab on to an external person. To be noticed because you can't see yourself. You're not connected with yourself. And trying so hard to run away from that emptiness. Yeah. All that just being washing away. Any disconnections from self. Yeah, somebody's here who's extremely disconnected from themselves. So good for coming in here. Relaxing, and yeah, there we go. Allowing that loneliness to come up. Whew. Yeah, there's some pretty heavy duty stuff for that one person. And you know who you are. Not the usual crowd. You guys are doing good. There we go. Yeah. Opening up that channel for everyone. Ha. And as we continue, we're going to just drop into the new earth. connecting into the new earth. So just stay focused on your breath and your breathing and just being present with that, and just keep coming back to that if you have difficulty with that. Yeah, humble beginnings. You also have a lot around you in your space. It's almost like you're getting packed away. Not a lot, but you have like little riffraff energy just around you. That's part of the reason for the anxiety. So coming into your breath, just focus on your breath. And it's okay to have the anxiety. So don't like beat yourself up for that. It's okay to just be all over the place. Just tell yourself, I know I can do better. It's just where I am right now. And start with that. You're fine. We all go through this. We all go through that stress. We all go through that disconnect. Everyone here has gone or is going through that in some form or another. Yeah. And, I think you beat yourself up a lot for not being the way you think you're supposed to be or you should be, right? Yeah. So just keep focusing on your breath, on that rhythm of your breath, and whatever rhythm that you are at right now is fine. So if it's a shallow breath in and out, that's fine. Just be right where you are. And stop just moving the whole group down. Into the new earth, connecting it up into the new earth grid. So there's still a lot. There's a bit of stuff floating on the outskirts of the space. So we're good. We're fine. Truth is, everybody is looking for that, no matter how dark, how messed up you are. It's all wanting to move into a higher place for ourselves. Here we go. Actually, it's kind of interesting. The new Earth has the new Earth grid is actually rising up too. I have my daughter pulling at me, so I can't really focus, and I'm mad. So that's okay. Focus on your body. Just come into your body every time she pulls on you. Just like notice where she's pulling. Just be really present with what's happening. And little kids will do that, or even big kids will try to do that. Yeah. And pay attention, just really pay attention. If she grabs your arm, just like really pay attention to that grab on your arm and whatever, drag on your shirt. Notice how when that shirt is pulled, how it, kind of, and breathe into that. That's your meditation with your daughter. So that's all right. You're in the space. I have an inched shoulder for 2 months now. Ooh. Okay. Yeah. So the new earth rising up to connect us, to actually lift us up, because there's actually a lot of zombies around. Zombie type energy. And zombie just means really, somebody who's really cut off from themselves and disconnected from themselves is basically a zombie. They're walking around and being directed by something else. So nothing fancy like what in the movies. All right, so Glenna, give me direction here. So everybody take a nice deep breath in, hold it at the top, and then exhale out completely. Okay, come back into your heart space and see if you can really connect into that heart space. So focus on the breathing first. Start with wherever you are. And if you can't go as deep as where I'm going to describe, that's okay. Just go as far as it can go. Focusing on the breath and just that steadiness of the breath, the in and out. And then see if you can below that, so you're still kind of aware of the breath in and out, and you can kind of come into that sense of that heartbeat, coming deeper into that. Yeah, good. Maybe even feel some warmth, some light, a light in there, a glow, a relaxation, wherever that takes you. It's your daughter in rehab. Yeah, so even if it's pulling you energetically, that's the same thing. Doesn't matter if it's energetic or physical on the pull there. Do it the same way you would with physical. So coming in that heart space. So Glenna, with your shoulder, and if people have somewhere else they want to focus on, some pain, it could be even just your head, anxiety, wherever you're feeling that anxiety the strongest, that unsettledness, whatever it is, just kind of quickly, kind of whatever it is right now. Wow, feel that, Glenna. That's really coming up. There's a lot of stress in that shoulder. Yeah, a lot of emotional stress. So let yourself kind of connect in with that. And everybody else, just, I'm talking to Glenna because that's her spirit is really coming forward here. So that's fine. I'll just check with everybody else, Yeah, coming into. So kind of, you've come into that heart space, and now moving from that heart, and kind of staying in the presence in that heart, but kind of directing that awareness from the heart to whatever area. And so, Tanya, do your whole body. Do like this self, your skin level, like you're focusing on your whole body from that heart space. Yeah, and so feel that's okay. Just if you can't feel it, just kinda say, "You know, I can't tell right now. I can't feel it." That actually was happening to me last week, but I had a sense of what was going on, but I couldn't see it as I usually do. "Hi, Erica, good to see you." And so just say, "You know, I know it's there, right? And that's okay." Just focusing on the breath and letting yourself go in more deeply, just kind of drop in more deeply. And then from that heart space, again, just going into that place, wherever you want to work on. So, Glenna, Glenna, it's like I feel like you've, for some reason, just coming up with showing up on with right. Um, it just feels like you've got somebody grabbed onto you there. I don't think it's a living person. So, coming into that shoulder even more. Ah. And keep breathing into that as I kind of work on the group here. Uh, yeah. Oof. Feel it, it looks like an elderly woman. Um, two, three, four, maybe 4 generations back, or and she's just looking really lost and trying to find her way. So let's see if we can help her also shift. A lot of sorrow. She lost a lot. There's a lot of loss for her. And I won't go into more details than that, but um, kind of just helping her shift um, and release as best as we can do here in this space for her. Yeah, everybody just staying focused on your heart space, breathing into that. Oh, coming into that awareness of your heart and whatever you want to bring that flow to. Yeah, she's shifting slowly, but she is shifting. So part of the slowness is just that time that she needs to slowly let go. It's a little too traumatic, basically, to let go all at once. Is my sense, and I don't have any need to rush or to rush her, but that's opened the way for her to slowly move through and move up. So there we go. Yeah. Okay, good. And just I'm going a little deeper for everybody here. So just keep focusing on the breath, on your heart space. There you go. Just increasing that flow of source, of pure source, flow of existence for everyone. There we go. Flowing through you, yeah, humble beginnings. That should also help with the anxiety. It's another piece with the anxiety for you is that it's like your system's a little stagnant, so there's not a good flow. And so if things are, it's like a pond where there's no flow, right? There's stagnation, right? Like all the leaves are piling up in the fall and it just builds up, and so there's stagnation. So that's a little bit of the same thing for you. So it would be really good for you to do, as an example, like qigong, so that you get your system flowing, but doing something that gets you flowing, literally moving, and the energy in your system moving would also be helpful for you. It would help to bring you back, connect more into yourself and focus on yourself more readily. Ah. Okay, nice. Got stream flowing through just about everybody. Just had that one person who's, I was mentioning it earlier, who's just got a lot of stuff going on that's not allowing them to take that in. So, hey, wisdom happy. I'm not staying eating and I have to million responsibilities. That's all right. You popped in, so good for you. At spirit level, there's that connection. So it's like, let me at least put my feet in the water. If that's all I can do today, that's good. That's fine. Yeah, there you go. And feeling that flow coming through, very, very beautiful flow coming through everybody. Yeah. And that's kind of an interesting movement with the flow, and it's like coming down but then engulfing people really, really beautifully. Yeah. What did you call the exercise? Okay, the thing I just mentioned was qigong or tai chi. One of those. Pranayama, remind me at the end. I'll go over pranayama for you also, just to, so much emotion released. Yay. Haicho. Very good. Yeah. Tanya. I was seeing you, but I was going blank on your name. Yeah. It's about to come through for you. So really just focus in on that breath. Almost sleepy. So that's good. Let yourself zone out. Focusing on your breath, focusing on yourself, focusing on that heart space. Erica, you're just kind of glitter all over. It's really cute. It's nice. And you're gonna need to just focus on your breath so that you stop trying, Tanya. I'm kind of chuckling because I can just you try so hard. So just it'll just happen when it does. Yeah. That's part of what's keeping it from really opening up for you is you're trying too hard. God, we've all been there. We have all been there, and we probably will all be there again. So nothing new here. Yeah. So just, yeah, there you go. Little by little, I'll tell my story. So we'll just kind of sit in here in this space and just allowing the flow to come through. I've told this story, I think, a while back, but it was a kind of outward bound kind of thing. And one of the things we were doing was there was a swing that was way up in the trees. So we would get hoisted up there, and then we get tied into kind of this little seat thing. And you went on a platform, and then you would kind of go off and go swinging back and forth, right, in the treetops. It was great once you got there. But you were strapped in, so there was no reason to hold on with your hands. And then there's the rope, and you hold on to the rope to kind of jump off the platform. So I go and jump off the platform, and I'm like, everybody's yelling, Marianne, let go, Marianne, let go. And I'm like, what am I holding on to? And after a few swings, all of a sudden I realized I was holding on to the rope, and I just finally let go. So, we're all there. We've all been there. So you just let go. When you see that, you just, okay, I can relax now. Yeah. And laughter is a good one to just help us let go too. So very good. Yeah. Very nice. And Carolina also. Okay, let's open you up a little bit more, Carolina, because I feel like there's a little bit of this turning in is the best way I would describe it. Just some emotional stuff coming in. So let's take that cap off of you. It's like this little, not a cap, it's more, covers up more of you. So coming into your heart space, everybody just keep coming into the heart space even more deeply for yourself. And we can always go deeper, kind of letting ourselves relax into it even more. Take a deep breath in. Release it all the way out, get to the bottom, squeeze out some more, hold it down there, and just let yourself be down there for a moment until you can just feel that coming through and the breath coming through, and you're being breathed by your presence. Yeah, that was actually really helped you, Caroline. Yeah, there we go. That was a good release for you. So probably a little disconnection coming up for whatever reason, for what's running around your space there. Yeah, very good. I'm feeling relaxation now. Yeah, sometimes it just takes longer. It's not you. It's just, there are times it just takes longer. It, That's all there is to it. No worries. You're doing good. Yeah. So feel that relaxation and a little bit more deeply even. So let's take another deep breath in and then exhale. And if you want to do the exhale thing out again, so just exhale all the way out, get to the bottom, exhale just a little bit more, just a little bit more, hold it. And just feel that space, that floating, and then the breath coming back in, your presence coming through and breathing you. Yeah. So, humble beginnings, pranayama, and for whoever else that might feel good. So, just to help get out of that mind state, it's helpful to have like, when we really get caught up in stuff. So you give that mental part of focus. So it's like, okay, let's stop focusing on the anxiety here. Let's come in and focus on this breathing thing. So pranayama, I'll just go over it. I don't know if you know it, but if you already know it, it's just review. If you don't know it, good. Here we go. You start with the left side, and so you block your right nostril, whether it's with your thumb, usually it's the thumb is the easiest because you're good at what you're going to do is you're going to go back and forth. So you want to be blocking one nostril at a time. So you block the right nostril. You always start with the left side. Block the right nostril. Inhale through the left. Maybe a count of 8. And then close the left nostril, open the right, and exhale through the right nostril. At least equal counts. You can do it longer if you want also. And then you block the right, open the left. I'm sorry, don't do that yet. You exhale through the right, you inhale through the right. At the top, block the right, open the left, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Block the left, open the right, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Block the right, open the left, exhale through the left. And then you can repeat that as long as you want. It will help to balance out the parasympathetic nervous system. Probably will tone the vagus nerves, I think. I'm sure it also does that. So that vagus nerve toning, what that does is that just kind of stretches it back down, lengthens down, brings you down. Another really good thing for the vagus nerve also is humming. So you could actually do that with the hum. So it would be like this. You have and as you breathe in, close left, open right. Breathe in. Exhale left. As you're doing that, and just that, or to simplify, you just inhale, and then on the exhale, you make that the vibration, the humming. That will help to just shift the vagus nerve and calm the system down. So there you go. Couple things, and just come back to this video to refresh your mind, because that might be a lot to remember. So yeah, very, very good job, everybody. And nice to see, like, Erica, it's been a really long time. Thanks for stopping in. So it's good to see some long time folks. And Glenna, yeah, good to see you again. Glad that got released for you. So that should help the shoulder move through faster. I feel like there's some points you could do. I'm familiar with Jinshin Jutsu, but if you were to look up like acupressure, you probably could find some points to help. Yet for some reason, the front of the shoulder is coming up to hold. Find those meridian points. But Jinshin Jutsu, I really like because you can do it on yourself, and it's not about pressure. It's just about touching points to get the flow activated more in certain areas, kind of thing. So, and hope Erica, what's coming to mind is it your uncle that was going through cancer? Hope he's doing well wherever he is, whatever side he's on, that he's doing well. That was a while back, but that's popping to mind right now. And maybe he's popping in and saying hello to us. So very good. Thank you all for stopping in. It's always an adventure, in a good way, and sometimes in a challenging way, so that's okay. And we're all here for just that connecting in, and sometimes we need those challenges to say, no, you're not paying attention enough. You're not going in deep enough. Go deeper. Poke, 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 right? So there we have it, everybody. All right, let me flash on my QR code for anybody who cares to make a donation to Grandma, yeah. And we'll see you in the ethers or wherever else we meet up again here next time, maybe, or another time. And have a good rest of your week. And I just have to go through the little process of ending on Instagram and then ending here. So thanks guys for being here and just taking that time to be present for yourself so that everybody can start getting into that presence worldwide, right? All right, take care.